about the seasonality, where folks will say, oh, it'll come or go like every other flu does?
Well, I think that's the big question right now, and this relates to how long we need to continue our mitigation measures. Mm-hmm. It's pretty clear that SARS 18, 17 years ago appeared in the fall and spread and became very severe during the early winter months of 2003. But then by spring and late spring and early summer, it was essentially gone. So that was wiped out. And maybe a month ago, most of us were hoping that COVID-19 would follow suit. But given the magnitude of this pandemic now, with, as we said earlier, about 500,000 people already infected, and many of them continue to shed virus, and then the pandemic is still growing, and it still has yet to severely impact India, South America, and Africa. But we know it has taken root, a strong foothold, in fact, in places like Argentina, South Africa, Australia. So as the condition warms up for us in the Northern Hemisphere, it's going to cool for them. And we know most of these respiratory viruses don't survive in the environment as well when the temperature is higher and when there's UV light provided through sunshine. And so typically these respiratory viruses will calm down in the warmer months, but become more severe or accelerate in the winter months. And so now more and more people like myself are thinking there's a distinct possibility that this would then, as our condition improves, it would take foothold in the Southern Hemisphere and bounce back and forth between North and South. That's exactly the pattern we see with seasonal flu. And if that is the case, we have to flatten the curve for a long time.
Yeah.
So we're not wiping it out.
It's more than one curve, isn't it, Dr. Ho? You're really saying we have to flatten multiple curves over the course of a year over year.
Yes. Just look at China, which has done a fantastic job of bringing it down. But all its neighbors, in quotes, are sick. And therefore, if it tries to gain some semblance of normalcy, it's going to be in trouble because another outbreak will occur. So the flattening the curve serves two functions. One is to make sure there's no surge in cases that will overwhelm the healthcare system. But then it buys us time to come up with a solution. If we don't come up with a solution over a 10-year course, the flattening of the curve does nothing. It will only continue to smolder and spread. So flattening the curve is actually buying time so that science could deliver.